Alright, hey guys, it's TJ and welcome back to another video. I made a video a long time ago talking about me getting my learner's permit, so that I could drive. And it turned into one of my most popular videos for I don't even know why. It did. So maybe I'll just become I'll become a car channel, only talking about driving. But anyway, this is kind of like a sequel to that, kind of. Because what's the next step after you get your permit? You get your license. So guess what I did, guys? I failed my driving test. Yeah. I wish I could say I was joking, but I think I bombed it. Like, no joke. He didn't even tell me how many points I missed. Everyone else, he was like, okay, you missed like 20 points, you missed like 3 points. But with me, he was just like, okay, I need to talk to you about a couple things. You didn't get enough points to pass, so here's what you missed. And he went on like this list. It was like a solid 3 minutes of just like, you did this and this and this. And it was like the dumbest stuff too. And I'm not blaming him. It's 100% my fault. I was so nervous, guys. Like, I feel bad for whoever had to drive after me. Cause like, I was grabbing that steering wheel, I was so freaking nervous, and whoever had to drive after me probably grabbed it and like their hands were like slipping around it. It was just, I was sweating profusely. Like, it was bad. It was bad. My hands were so clammy, so the steering wheel, whoever went after me like grabs it, is trying to turn the wheel and their hands are just like slipping off it. It was not a good situation. I was so nervous. My heart was pounding. Like, it was so nerve-wracking. And it was even worse because like the coach was all awkward about everything. Like, there was no conversation. It was like, it was just light 80s music in the background that you could barely hear, and then him just like looking at me, looking at the road, and then I would like do something and he'd just like be like and like mark it down. And like, I knew I messed up too. The first time I messed up, I forgot to check my blind spot. And if you guys don't know, I know I have a lot of younger people who aren't allowed to drive yet. So if you don't know, you have to check your blind spot whenever you make a lane change. So like, you need to go into the left lane, you turn on your blinker, and you need to turn around and then do that. And I'm usually pretty good about that. Usually. But I was so nervous, I forgot the simplest stuff. Like, apparently I forgot to turn my blinker on at some point. Like, I really am a good driver, guys. I promise. I said, I think so. Maybe everyone just feels bad for me. Like, oh, you're a great driver, Dan. Woo, I'm gonna go take my own car now. Bye. That's kind of depressing. Anyway, the first time I did it, I was like, oh, I forgot blind spot check. Okay, gotta remember that. And then I just did it again and again and again and again. And I thought I missed it like a couple times, like 3, maybe 4. And I realized I missed it like 3 or 4 times, like over and over. And I was like, ugh. And then we get back and he's like, you missed checking your blind spot 7 times. And I was like, 7? And so that's why I failed it, is if you do something more than 4 times, it has to mark it as a habit, and if it's a habit, you can't pass at all. It was not a good situation. And like, I always thought I was a good driver. I don't know about everyone else, but I thought I was a good driver. I've been told I was a good driver, but I like bombed it. I missed it so many times. And then like, I turned my blinker on when I didn't need to, or I stopped a little too late after the stop sign, and all this crazy freaking stuff. And like, all this stuff is super simple stuff that I know what to do. Like, I do it all the time. I always check my blind spot. But for some reason, I was like so nervous that everything slipped. Like, I was rushing all the time. Oh yeah. So we had to do this uphill and downhill park. Okay guys, I've tried fixing it all throughout this video. I'm just gonna apologize now for whatever my hair does, because it's been crazy all day. Anyway, no one cares about your hair. Anyway, so we had to do this uphill and downhill park, and I was like so nervous that I was rushing everything. He even said, he was like, dude, like, I wasn't speeding or anything, but all the maneuvers I did, I was like, like, I was just rushing through. I was like, I just want to get this over. I'm nervous. Like, my brain was just. And so like, when we were going for the downhill park, I like rashed the wheels on the side of the curb, because you're supposed to get close to the curb but not that close. So I like tried getting, and I was like going way too fast, because I'm supposed to be slowing down so that I can park, but instead I'm like still going, and you just hear and I like, oh and I was like, oh okay, and then I like reversed it. It was like, oh okay, and I like tried fixing it. It was like, and I'm like, I'm gonna fail. And I was like driving, I was like, I think I'm gonna fail, but it's possible that I could still pass. Because in my mind, I was trying to keep track of all the things I did wrong. I'm like, maybe it's just a couple points. I mean, you can miss like 20 points and still pass. Maybe I'm okay. It's just a bunch of little things. I was like, I missed my blind spot here and there, rashed the wheels a little bit, but it's still possible that I'll pass. So then I'm on the side of the hill, I'm ready to get back onto the main road. I had parked, he was like, okay, pull out when you're ready. So I'm waiting there for cars to pass, and I'm looking in the mirror, waiting for cars, and then I try going, and then a car comes over the hill. I'm like, and like slam on the brakes, and I'm like, I'm just so nervous. I'm rushing everything. I'm like, like, my heart was pounding the entire time. I look like I just jumped in a pool. Like, I'm sure the pit stains just the sweat in general was just insane. I feel bad for everyone else in that car. They were probably scared for their life. And I didn't do anything dangerous, don't get me wrong. I never like endangered people's lives. Most of it was just like little mistakes that were kind of inconvenient, kind of uncomfortable, you know? And so we finally pull back in. I'm like, okay, maybe I passed. I'm like pretty sure I failed, but maybe I passed. Everyone else got out of the car. He was talking to just me and he was like, so you didn't get enough points to pass. And I was like, dang it. And then he was like just going over. He's like, okay, so at this point you like turned into this place you weren't supposed to turn, and then at this, I was like, and like, it was all this stuff that, you know. Are we good? I think we're good. So it was all this stuff that on a normal day I nail. Like, I'm a good driver. I can drive around, not make many mistakes, not like people aren't nervous, they're pretty chill. Of course, when I was first driving, people were nervous as crap. My parents, when I was driving with them, they're like, and then I'm like stopping, like, slow down, slow down. I'm like, Mom, I'm on the brake, chill. It was insane. But now people are more comfortable because I think I'm a good driver. Like, overall, I think I'm a good driver. And people are pretty chill when I'm behind the wheel. So, you know, I think I'm a pretty good driver. It was just because I was so nervous, my brain was like going at a million miles an hour. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was rushing everything. I was just in such a rush to do everything. I always went the speed limit, but it was just like these little maneuvers and stuff. I tried to do them way faster than I needed to. Could have just taken it slow, you know, took my time, paid attention. And then I was like explaining to him, I was like, yeah, like, oh, I know I failed, obviously, like I did so bad, but it was just because I was so nervous. And he was like, you have no reason to be nervous. You're a good enough driver to pass. You just need to chill out and slow down. So he literally said that. He's like, you could have passed that easy. You just need to chill out. And so that's what I was trying to do. And so the next time around, I was like, okay, I'll be way chiller. I just gotta chill out. It's just normal driving. So anyway, after he told me I failed, he was like, okay, so you can take it one more time, and then if you fail, you have to go to the DMV and take it there. And I really did not want to do that because you have to pay an extra fine. You have to pay like extra fees, and it's really expensive, and it's like nerve-wracking because you don't actually know the people there. Like, at least in this car, like, I had been in a summer class with these guys. I knew these guys, you know, the teachers, the students, all that. But this would be like complete strangers. I don't know if they're good drivers, bad drivers. I don't know what's going on. I'd be pressured. So I was like, okay, I can't fail this time. I can't fail this time. So today, I go in for my second test. So this morning I was like, okay, I'm nervous, but I'm chiller than I was last time. Last time was insane. So I think I'll do all right. I just need to take my time. I just need to slow down. So then we get in the car. We're waiting for someone. Only 2 out of the 3 people showed up, me and this other guy. And it was like, okay, which one of you wants to go first? You're both testing. And the other guy's like, oh, I'll go first. And I was like, okay. Fun fact, the other guy's name is Chen. For those of you who go by my stream, you'll know who Chen is. It's just like this character, kind of. Very racist. Not racist, stereotypical. It's... Maybe I shouldn't have talked about that. Anyway, his name is Chen. It was great. It was fantastic. And then I'm like still keeping my calm. I'm like just like trying to keep my calm, trying to breathe through it. And then I'm trying to think of all these little things to calm me down. Like my mom was like, just imagine April is in the passenger seat. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. That's gonna help. So all this other guy's driving, they're just having a chit chat, they're just talking. I feel like he forgot to check his blind spot a lot. And I feel like he made a lot of mistakes. But if you get the coach talking, I guess he didn't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. So I hatched a plan. I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I just, no matter what, keep the conversation going and he won't notice the little mistakes you make. And also check your blind spot, all that kind of stuff. And so it had been like drilled into my head after that last time whenever I went driving, because there were like 2 weeks in between my first and second test. And so whenever I went driving, I would check my blind spot all the time, like just to drill it in my head. So it's like, check your blind spot, keep the conversation going in case you don't check your blind spot so he won't notice, and just take it slow. And like Chen wasn't even nervous at all. He just keeps going. He finishes it all. He messes up a little bit here and there, but overall, he was not nervous whatsoever. He was so chill about everything. Like, what the heck, dude? Like, I'm like nervous and this kid's just like chit-chatting about stuff, or talking about what it's like to be a teacher, just driving. I was like, what? So then he's finishing up his test. He's doing the downhill park, the last thing you do, and we're heading back to the school, and that's when the nervousness hits me. For the entire time I was like, I was nervous, but not that bad. And then I'm like, oh God, I'm next. So I start sweating, my heart starts like pounding. And so he's like explaining to Chen the little things he did wrong. Chen got like -7 points, he was fine. And he's explaining all this stuff and I'm like zoning out. I'm like, oh no, I'm next. And then he's just like, okay, next. And I was like I was just like, okay, whoa, let's go. Like I tried like keeping it cool. I was like, all right, let's go. Just get out of the car. Me and Chen have like an awkward encounter where he's trying to get out of the door and I'm trying to get in, and we're like, I go left and he goes left, and I'm like, it was not a good situation. Anyway, it was really awkward. I'm really awkward, guys. But anyway, I sit in the seat adjust it, all this stuff. I put on my seatbelt and he's like, any questions? I'm like, no, I think I'm good. I have this confident exterior. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I know what we're doing. I've already taken this test. I know what I'm doing. He's like, okay, so if you have any questions, just ask me. I can tell you directions, but I can't help you out on any of the maneuvers or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good. I'm like driving and I'm like sweating, chest pounding. I go to the first corner, I'm like, blind spot, blind spot. I check my blind spot, I was like, let's go! Because by that time on the last test, I had already not checked the blind spot. I was like, all right, first blind spot, checked, we're on a roll. Not even gonna lie, I did imagine April in the passenger seat and it did actually help. The conversation started dying down, I was like, oh no, oh no. And so I was like, man, I swear I always hear the same songs on this 80s radio station. There's more than 12 songs made in the 80s. And he was like, I was like, conversation, please. So, are you almost done with the drives? Like, have you been able to relax at all this summer? He's like, no, not really. I was like, oh, conversation started. Mission complete. Do I look suspicious?
Yes. How come that bar moves every time I talk?
Because I'm recording for a video. And there's the microphone right there.
Look! Crank the way up to 5.
Dad, it doesn't even go up to 5. It goes to like negative. There's not even a 5 on this entire thing.
Alright, let's go.
Right now?
Yep.
We don't have any time.
Nope.
5 minutes.
Nope.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, where was I? Crap. Anyway, so, driving, kept conversation going, distracted him, did alright, got back, and so anyway, it's nearing the end. And I'm like driving, I'm doing the 3-point turn, I look over, he's marking something, I'm like, oh no, I messed up. Oh no. And that's when it starts to hit me, I'm like, oh god, what if this starts like a chain reaction where I get nervous so I create more mistakes and... So finally, we're nearing the end. We're driving back towards the school. I'm feeling pretty confident, but he has marked a couple things. So I'm like, what if they were like big things? Like, what if I've done goofed big time and I'm screwed and I can't pass now? So I'm nervous as heck. I'm driving. We finally get back after what felt like forever. Just kidding, it felt really quick. But anyway, we finally get back to the parking lot of the school. So we go into the parking lot. I pull into the parking space, stop. And the anticipation was crazy. He's like flipping through the papers, he's looking at our papers, doing all the stuff. And he's like, okay, Chen, you passed. And then he looks over at me and he's like, okay, so you missed it. And I was like, oh, it's game over. It's game over. We're dead. We're screwed. And he's like, 7 points. So you still passed. And I was like, yeah! So I was so excited. I was like, yes, let's go, passed. I can get my license now. I've done everything. I passed the class. I got my permit. I did everything. I can literally get my license. Like the day of my birthday, the moment I turn 16, I can just go to the DMV and be like, yo, here's my permit. Here's my birth certificate. Here's $30. Give me my license. And then I'm driving home all by myself like a big boy. Oh, wait, crap, no. My birthday's on a Sunday. I can't get it on my birthday. I have to wait until the day after. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I can actually drive on my own the moment I get my license. So I'm so excited. I've done everything. No more tests and no more test drives. I'm completely free to go with an almost perfect score. So I'm really proud of myself. I just had to keep it calm, keep it cool. So if any of you guys are having your driving tests soon, keep that in mind. Just keep calm, keep cool, and most importantly, try to keep the instructor distracted, and you'll be fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you don't live near me because that's a really overused joke. I'm sure everyone who's ever gotten their driver's license is like, watch out, I'm on the road, watch out for me guys, I'm gonna crash, whee! Yeah, it's not original. Anyway, I wanna die. I'm really hyped up on sugar. I had Dr. Pepper at the lunch place we went to and it's just...
It's delicious.